What do you do with the paint left on your mixing palette after you finish a painting? I often spread it on a canvas or paper with a brush or palette knife, creating an interesting background for the next painting. Sometimes I store the leftover paint in a jar. It becomes a mix of colors, but I can still mix some beautiful shades with it. But now I have come up with something new. Hi, Tineke here. In this video I want to show you how I use my leftover paint while trying out my new brushes and sharing why painting is such a great way for me to relax. When I paint in my large square sketchbook, as you can see in previous videos, it feels like painting on a small canvas. For me, the end result must always be beautiful, at least my definition of beautiful. And I keep painting until I'm satisfied. To let go of perfectionism, freely experiment with colors and materials and paint in a more abstract way, I bought a smaller sketchbook. This one is just for playing in it, playing with color combinations purely for fun and relaxation. Here I'm using the paint left over from my previous video, where I talk more about the color mixes. I want to paint and play with colors in this journal or sketchbook, not just to make pretty pictures, although that's a nice bonus, but for the process, the act of letting go and allowing your mind to drift. When you paint, you're not just putting colors on a page, you're giving your brain a chance to relax and reset. Think of it as a mini vacation without having to leave your room. Why is painting so good for relaxation? Let's break it down. When you're painting, your mind shifts away from stress and focuses on the colors and brushstrokes. It's like meditation, where all that matters is the present moment. Sometimes words just can't express what we're feeling. Painting lets you express emotions in a way that's free and unrestricted. You can pour your heart out on the page and find relief in the process. There's something incredibly soothing about the physical act of painting. The feel of the brush, the movement of your hand, and the way colors blend and flow can be incredibly calming. Even if you're just doodling, creating something can bring a sense of accomplishment. Plus, playing with colors is just plain fun. In this journal, I don't have to worry about the end result. It's not about making a masterpiece for the world to see, it's about enjoying the journey and finding a bit of peace in my day. This way of relaxing works very well for me, and I want to encourage you to try this too if you aren't already doing so. Whether you're splashing vibrant colors across the page or carefully blending shades, let it be a relaxing moment for you, a time to breathe, relax and let go of stress. I used various shades of blue combined with white and a bit of warm grey, all from my previous painting palette. I only added some new white paint to the palette. Painting in one color in different shades or tints always gives a nice result. The brush I'm using is a blending brush. It helps blend the colors smoothly. All materials I used are listed in the description. At first I was pushing too hard on the brush, but I noticed when I made circular movements with a light touch, the colors blended nicely. The gold paint from my palette was all dried up, so I took a small bottle of bronze paint I wanted to try. I don't like the brownish color as much as the light golden color I used earlier, and this bronze paint doesn't blend well as the previous gold color I used. It would probably work better if I mixed some medium into the bronze paint, but this sketchbook is about experimenting and letting go, so it's okay and I let it go. I was curious about the Da Vinci brush and wanted to try whether it is nice for painting thin lines. I think it's quite difficult to handle. The limp long hair goes in all directions, but because the hairs are so long they can hold a lot of paint. I noticed that it is easier if the paint is not too thick. Paint can be thinned with a little water or a medium, or perhaps fluid acrylic paints works better with this brush. This was my first painting in this sketchbook and it was nice to just do something and play with the paint. In my next video I will show how I painted the cover of this sketchbook, and I have a nice giveaway. The purpose of my YouTube channel is to guide you, give you inspiration, but most of all to encourage you to enjoy painting. But remember, a sketchbook is your personal space. Share it if you want, or keep it just for yourself. Either way, know that every page is a step towards a more relaxed and happier you. Happy painting!